That was better.
Okay, so we've had a look at Heng and his technique and possibly some ideas on how to improve it. I thought it might be useful to show myself doing two different drills and talk through that. The first drill is shoot a target, load the gun, shoot a target. It's the most basic of the live fire drills with loading. And the second one is the adaptation of Keith Garcia's load 12 drill. You'll see that my feet are shoulder width apart. My left foot is slightly further forward than my right foot. My knees are bent. My upper body is leaning slightly forward. I come onto the gun placement when we see the second drill because it's easier to see from the other side. So the gun goes off. Do quite a good job here of keeping this gun stationary. What you're trying to do is to leave the gun where it is, pointing towards the target or moving to the next target, and provide a stationary target again for the magazine coming in. We get the remount, and the gun goes off when everything's back on target. Let's just have a quick go back again. So if we look at my body movement here, certainly my feet don't move at all. There is some movement in the upper body, but very little. This is probably, you've got one arm moving, and you've got a very different weight distribution when you're having to hold that gun one-handed. And it comes back in. I do recommend that everybody, when they start training, keep the drill simple. Until you've nailed this shoot one, load, shoot one, you shouldn't really be moving on to the load 12 drills. The load 12 is an awful lot going on. Buzzer goes off. And I take that first shot. And you see the gun just starting to go into recoil there. But if we look at the position of the gun to the body, the recoil is going to come down the barrel into the shoulder, and look at what's behind it. Okay, the line of the bore is in line with the center of the top of the shoulder. The gun is held to the front of the body. It's not on the arm. It's on the chest. The head's clamping down on top of it. I've got my whole of my body behind it. It's as close to the center line as I can get it. Body's leaning forward. You can't see the legs, but the legs are the same as the other shot. Okay, they're shoulder width apart, one slightly further in front of the other. They're bent and they absorb the shock. So we see here the gun goes into recoil, and you can see the effect on the body, but you can also see that it doesn't move so much that I can't recover from it. Now if you watch my loading video, you'll see here that I fire the shot. Now watch the trigger finger. Okay, and I come up and I push the mag release before I release the forehand. So it's got something to push against it. Now, if we've fired one shot, we're going to fire two in the next one. Magazine goes in okay. There's a little bit of disruption to the stock in the shoulder. And we fire two shots here. And we're firing at two different targets. So you see the movement in the body to the right there. But the gun, the relationship of the gun, the head, the body, the arms doesn't move. It's the trunk and your hips and your legs that move the gun over to the next target. Again, the mag release. Now with this one here, you can see, if we watch, here's my handy little tools. Watch this area here. Okay, so the mag's released, and I don't do a very good job on this one of keeping that stock in the shoulder. You see it's risen up. Mag's inserted. Okay, now as my hand goes on, I know I've got to fire 2 shots for this drill. As the left hand takes the weight of the gun, I release the grip with the right hand. You'll see the stock come back down. When everything gets lined up again, pull it back in, and bang, it goes off. Now if we go back here, if I'd allowed it to fire with it up there, you're going to miss targets. I know I'm going to miss targets, it's going to put me off, it's going to put me out my stride, it's going to mess with your head. So we go into another load. Again, there's a slight disruption to that stock. It gets pulled in though. And on this one, I've lost count now, but I believe this is a 6th shot. I know I've only got to fire 1 shot, so I don't have to fire 2, so I'm just thinking about the time here. And there we go. The drill's finished. And this video's on a friend's Facebook page. I can't remember when it was, but he actually shows the timer on it. Simple drill, more complex drill.